What is going on, guys? Jason Burke here, Styles Clash for Life, coming at you on YouTube, and today I've got some football focus. I want to talk now, finally, about the NFL draft for the Steelers. You guys have been really enjoying my Pittsburgh Steelers free agency videos and my grading of them. They've done very, very well. Continue to like, share, subscribe, and keep viewing those videos. If you have not seen my two Steelers free agency videos, they are up on this channel in the last couple of videos. Go check those out. But today I wanted to talk about the draft. The NFL draft is 10 days away as I record this. Probably be about 9 or 8 days away as I upload it. And the Steelers, there's been a lot of different talks. Pittsburgh has a lot of different needs. And so I wanted to get on here and talk about who we could possibly go for in each round and which way we should go in the draft. So it's kind of a prediction video, but also kind of just my take on what I think we should go for draft projections. Now, in my opinion, we have four really big needs, right? It's a four-part thing where we need guys to step in and start right away. We have a lot of needs for depth. There are a lot of backup pieces we need that can play in the future, but there are four positions we need to fill with guys who could start immediately, come in, make an immediate impact, or at the very least play a lot this coming season. That is offensive tackle, center, running back, and cornerback. Those are the four spots we need to fill based on our needs from last season to upgrade and the guys we lost in the offseason. Those are the four big spots. So that's kind of the way I'm looking to draft here in this thing. Now, I've seen a lot of things about all the different ways we could go. Again, there are a lot of other positions we need, but we don't need them quite as much. So basically looking at this, we have 5 picks in the first 4 rounds. We've got a first, a second, a third, and 2 fourths. So those 4 rounds, in my opinion, are when you can get guys you can plug and play right away, guys who you project that could be starters or heavily involved from day one. Then we have 3 picks in the final couple rounds. We have 1 sixth and 2 sevens. So those guys are guys you're going to take a flyer on. You're going to look for depth. You're going to see if you can find a diamond in the rough that can make the roster. So I'm heavily focused on getting our big needs, our big 4 needs, filled in those first 4 rounds, those first 5 picks. Those are the guys I'm looking at, guys that can play right away. So first round, I've seen a lot of guys going running back here. There are 3 big running backs in this draft this year. You have Najee Harris, Travis Etienne, and Javonte Williams. Those are the big 3 running backs that could step in as a running back 1 right away. In my opinion, if you can't get one of those big 3, you should not draft a running back in this draft. We've drafted running back for 4 consecutive years, and for 4 consecutive years, they've been just pieces to a system. They've been guys that can do one little thing or another. You know, like Benny Snell has been a good short yardage guy, but he hasn't been consistently a every down back. James Conner has been really good when he's healthy, but the scheme hasn't fit him and he hasn't been healthy at all, and now he's gone. McFarland looks like he could be a good scat back. He's got a better offensive line coach behind him now, but he's not really, consistent yet or anything. So you want to draft a guy. Jalen Samuel's probably going to be gone coming into next season. So you want to get one of those big 3 running backs. I've seen a lot of guys going with Etienne or Harris in this first round. That's not my plan. I've got a bigger plan. I think offensive tackle is our biggest need. We don't know if we're going to get Villanueva back this year, but he didn't play very well last year to begin with. So you can look at running back here. You can look at center and Landon Dickerson or Creed Humphrey. I've seen a lot of those guys being talked about. Or offensive tackle. Who should be here right now? We're looking at Jalen Mayfield. We're looking at Dylan Radins. We're looking at Tevin Jenkins. So me, for the first round pick for number 24, I'm going offensive tackle. I think that's our biggest need. In this 4-part plan, we got our new offensive coordinator now. We need a tackle, a center, and a running back 1. I'm going to try and get all 3 in this draft. First, I'm going offensive tackle. Probably either Jalen Mayfield or Tevin Jenkins. I think I would take Mayfield there first. It might be a tiny bit of a stretch, but I think he's not going to be there at 55. So you're trying to get the best value for your pick, and you're trying to get your guys. So you have to get the guys you need more so than trying to worry about the stretching of the pick, where the pick should go. So I would be taking Jalen Mayfield here. I'd also be cool with Tevin Jenkins. So I would fill the offensive tackle need first. In the second round, round number 2, pick 55, this is where I go running back. Now you could look at, if we get a running back in the first round, some other options could be going center here. Creed Humphrey, if he's still there. Quinn Miners, I've seen a lot of. You could look at that. You got Alex Leatherwood there from Alabama. He played guard at Alabama, but he could also be a tackle. So he's somebody you could look at if we went for the running back in the first round instead of going tackle. You could look for a tackle here in the second round. I've already got my tackle in Mayfield or Jenkins. So in the second round, I'm going Javonte Williams. I like him as the best back in this draft for the Steelers system. He fits that Steelers system so well. He's run out of the shotgun in North Carolina the last couple of years. He breaks so many tackles. He's a strong run finisher. He's the best pass blocking running back in this draft. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. He is the best short yardage back in this draft. So he fills a lot of needs for us. He's going to improve our passing game by being able to catch out of the backfield. He's going to improve our passing game by blocking for Ben when he can block as the best blocking back in this draft. And he's going to improve our third and fourth down conversions and improve our goal line offense, all of which have struggled in the past. So now all of a sudden you get a strong downhill Jerome Bettis style system fit who's run a similar system in Carolina, who can convert on third downs, convert in the red zone, can catch passes, and can block. This guy's got moxie. He's shifty. His footwork is underrated. He's strong. He finishes runs. I love Javonte Williams. I love him for the Steelers, and I think he's the best overall back, maybe in this entire draft, which is saying a lot because I love all three of the top three guys. But I'm going Javonte Williams second. So now you got your tackle in the first round. You got Williams in the second round. Third round, pick number 87. People have said to look for cornerback here. I've seen Shakur Brown. I've seen Sean Wade. I like both those guys. But I'm going to save cornerback for the fourth round because we only need a fill-in guy there. Someone who's going to play, obviously, in the slot. But I want to go center here. Obviously, we have to replace Marquise Pouncey, who's gone now. We've got a couple guys who can fill in. Finney can play some center. He's decent there. We got the guy back from last year, Hassenauer. Those guys are good bench fill-in guys who can play in spots, but I don't like those guys as starters. So I would be bringing in center Quinn Miners here. That's who I'm looking at. I think he should be available at 87. So this way you got your center. So now you've got your offensive line pretty much stacked up now. You've got DeCastro and Dotson at guard. You've got Miners at center. You've got Jalen Mayfield or Tevin Jenkins at tackle. And then you have other guys who can fill in. You got 3 or 4 guys off the bench who we've signed who can fill in, And again, Hassenauer's a good spot guy. BJ Finney's a good spot guy. We've got, 9 or 10 bodies now on the offensive line. As guys who can fill in. And then we still don't know what's going to happen with Villanueva, so he might come back to us as well. We did re-sign Zach Banner. He's probably going to be the starter on the other side, so we'll see how that goes. Chuks Okorafor, obviously, is a good bench piece. So now all of a sudden, the guys who were starting last year can be on the bench, and now you've got these young, hopefully phenoms that pan out. So, all right, you've got your center, you've got your tackle, you've got your running back. Now in round 4 at pick 128, cornerback is the last big need for me. Guys that should be around at this time, maybe Shakur Brown, maybe Kerry Vincent. I'd be looking at Cameron Bynum from Cal. I think Cameron Bynum fits our system pretty well. He can play both inside and outside. He can be physical. He can do a lot of man coverage, which Pittsburgh likes. You want a diverse guy because we lost Mike Hilton and we lost Steven Nelson. So you've got Hayden on the outside and you've got Cam Sutton who can play outside or inside. So this way, if you add another guy that can play either spot, you're filling in for injuries. So if somebody goes down, you can put Bynum on the outside and put Sutton back naturally on the inside, or Sutton can play outside and now you can put Bynum on the inside. So you've got your 3 main guys who you trust. Pittsburgh seems to like James Pierre, who came out undrafted last year. He showed a lot of potential in his first undrafted year with no preseason. They also seem to like Justin Lane. I'm not as sold on Justin Lane as other people are. Those guys might be able to step up and play, but I'm really liking what I'm seeing potentially from Cameron Bynum for our fit. So I'd bring Cameron Bynum in round 4. Our second pick in round 4, pick 140. Here's where you start to bring in depth guys. You need a lot of guys for depth, and edge rusher is one of those spots. Whether it's outside linebacker, we lost Bud Dupree to the Titans. We lost Ola Adaney to the Titans. So we don't have anybody right now behind Highsmith and Watt. Those are our only 2 outside linebackers. And at the end, we have Hayward and Tuitt, who are both aging veterans who do tend to get injured. So as long as those 4 guys are out there, we're gold. But if someone goes down, you got to have someone behind those guys who you can really trust. And so this is where you draft an edge rusher. Someone like a Patrick Jones or a Shaka Toney, I think can fill in nicely and can be what we wanted like Ola or Skipper or one of those guys to be. So you get an edge rusher who can play either D-end or outside linebacker in the system, and you get a guy who can fill in for one of those 4 guys if somebody goes down. Pick round number 6, pick 216. Here I'm looking at a backup tight end. I still want to sign Jesse James. I know a lot of drafts have us drafting a tight end earlier. I don't think there's a point to that. Obviously, we have Eric Ebron. He's our main guy. He's got drop issues, but I like him. I would re-sign Jesse James. Bring Jesse in on a 1-year, $1 million or 2-year, $2 million deal. He's going to come cheap. He knows the system. He played well with Ben as a starter. He's been a tight end 1 and a tight end 2 here. He's a hometown guy. He's a decent catcher, decent blocker. He's not special as an athlete, but he's very solid, and he knows the system. I like bringing back Jesse as our tight end 2. I think we'd be set then, but in case we don't, we need somebody back there for some youth to take a flyer on. We tried a couple other guys. We tried Kevin Rader. We tried the soccer player guy. Nothing's really panned out at tight end. So right now we need someone back there. So if we don't get a Jesse James or an O.J. Howard or someone like that, we're going to need a tight end. So maybe either like a Nick Eubanks or a Kylan Granson. I'm not entirely sold on those guys. After your top 3 tight ends, after like Freiermuth and guys like that, you don't have much behind you, but I'd go for like a Eubanks or a Granson here as like a tight end 2/3. Hopefully we can get a veteran to come in and back up Ebron, but if not, you take a flyer on somebody here in round 6 and see what happens. Round number 7, we have 2 picks, 245. Here's where I go for an inside linebacker. Take a chance on someone. Again, thankfully, Devin Bush is back from injury, and thankfully Vince Williams has been re-signed after being cut. He's back now on, I think, a 1-year deal. And then we also re-signed Robert Spillane behind him. So now you've got 3 guys who you can trust as starters. Spillane came in last year and played well as a starter. We don't know what's going to happen with Avery Williamson yet. I think he's probably going to be gone. But you've got three solid guys inside. You could still use more depth there, especially if someone goes down. Spillane and Bush both got hurt last year. So inside linebacker would be nice here. Also, looking at like the outside linebacker hybrid spot, if you get a D-end in round 4, you could take an outside linebacker here, or vice versa. You could be looking at a hybrid guy, someone who plays like linebacker and safety, like a Marcus Allen or someone like that. You're looking for a hybrid guy who can blitz, who can cover. You want someone over the middle to watch your tight ends or your halfbacks. Someone like that in round 7 would be nice. I don't have any names for that. Round 7, 254, our final pick. I'd be looking for more depth here. I put down either linebacker to fill in, offensive line to get one extra body out there for us. Try and find someone like Kevin Dotson, how we did last year, I think, in round 5. So offensive line, linebacker, or safety. We don't currently have Sean Davis back, so our only safeties are our 2 starters as far as guys we trust. So you need somebody at safety. So you're looking either at a safety or an offensive line guy, I think, in round 7 to fill out. So how do you think I did? I filled in our 4 biggest needs in our first 4 picks, and then I got depth at some spots behind us with the last 4 picks. So what do you guys think of these picks? Do you think I got good value here? And how would you draft? What would you guys do? Would you draft a running back in the first round, or would you wait for a Javonte Williams? Would you go for a tight end earlier, or do you think a spot guy is fine there? How would you prioritize the offensive line? What do you guys think? Tell me in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like these videos. Go check out my other Steeler review videos. I've also got a ton of like my movies, my acting videos, my film reviews. Bunch of those videos up on this channel as well. Please tell me in the comments what you think of my Steeler reviews here. And I will see you guys for a draft review. Once the full draft is over, all of the rounds, all 3 days, I will come back and give you guys a full breakdown of the draft and my review of how it went for the Steelers. So let's hope we get a good one. Take care, guys. I'll see you soon.